What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Burning Hammer. I'm Mark Izzo, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all of my recent wrestling pickups. But before I do, make sure to follow us on all of our social media if you want our initial and immediate reactions to anything and everything happening in the world of professional wrestling. Follow us on X at The Burnt Hammer. And if you want to stay up to date with when we release new episodes of the podcast or new YouTube videos, follow us on everything else at The Burning Hammer. And you can listen to The Burning Hammer podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Plus, you can watch it on YouTube at The Burning Hammer. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell in the corner if you want to get a notification every time we release a new video. All right, like I said, I got a few pickups over the past week or two, and to kick us off, we have this WWF Attitude, the video game strategy guide. And basically what this is it essentially tells you how to do all of the moves. Let's see if we can get that right there. It tells you how to do all of the moves in the WWF Attitude game. Plus, let's go to X-Pac. It tells you how to do like the wrestler's signature and finishing moves. This is circa 1999. Now, this game was made for the GameCube and the Nintendo N64. So this one I found at an antique store randomly in this little upstairs area. I paid, I believe, $5 for this. So this is, again, something weird, something random, but something that is super cool, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. All right, next up, from that same store that I got the magazine from, I bought a book, Mankind. I spent about $4, I believe, on this book. On there, you have Mankind, and then on the back, let's see if we can get that. You've got all of his injuries on there, and basically what this is just, it's not an autobiography. You kind of go into like the mind of Mick Foley, and you go kind of throughout some of his career and that sort of thing. Like, it says it's not an autobiography in the book, so I'm super excited to read this. It is 700 pages. That is a bit of a thick boy for me, but I'm eventually going to read this, and I cannot wait to do so. All right, next up is a piece of headwear. Now, before I get into this one, if you follow us on our social media, you would have already seen all of these, so that's why you gotta make sure to follow us on our social media. I show everything off on there. Anything I get, anything Dylan gets, that is the first place that we go for to show off all of our new pickups. And this next item is something I got off of the WWE shop. They were holding a site-wide sale for 30% off that basically covered shipping. I saved about $7 or $8 on this, so it was $25 total, and that is Extreme Championship Wrestling ECW hat, Hardcore Wrestling. I believe this is the same hat that Paul Heyman is wearing in the Funko Pop in the Burning Hammer studio. Again, super sick hat. Now, you can get a ton of these old school designs on the WWE shop with shirts and all of that good stuff. Now, with that being said, the old school garments are always better. The old school material is always better, but this is a super sick hat. I will say it does not fit the best. It's just like a weird shape. That was one of my big concerns with buying this hat, because I have more of an oval shaped head, and this one doesn't fit great, pretty uncomfortable. I was looking at the pictures, and it doesn't really look like this actual like physical hat. It looked like the hat that they had in the pictures was a bit different, and like I said, the two brims or the two panels on the front are just like super stiff. I thought this was more of like kind of like a dad fitting, maybe more of a structured dad fitting hat, but nevertheless, I'm going to try to wear it as much as I can. If I don't wear it that much, I'm just going to display it, but I'm super happy to have this hat. Super sick in my opinion. All right, and the last two items are my most recent pickups, and they're two that I'm very excited that I ended up buying. I got them both at this comic book store. First up, we've got Christian. Right there. Let's try to get that reflection off of there. You got the Christian WWE circa, where is it? I believe 2013 Christian action figure right there, $9.99. Again, Christian is going to go down as one of the most underrated and slept on wrestlers of all time. He's probably the best heel in the business currently. Him and Dom sort of go back and forth weekly on who is the best. But again, I'm super excited to have this, and I'm going to try to throw him up in the studio next to Edge, but we don't have that much room on the shelf, so we're going to have to see where we put this bad boy. And lastly, from the same comic book store, I bought a loose figure, which I don't do much. It has to be a super, super cool loose figure for me to buy it. And this one is a super cool loose figure. You've got the dashing Cody Rhodes figure right there. Let's see if we can get this bad boy in focus. Again, Cody Rhodes, you got the no knee pads Cody Rhodes, you got the little design on the back there. Again, dashing Cody Rhodes is, I think, a slept-on persona that it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. I know they highlighted it in the Cody Rhodes documentary, but I don't think people really talk about it enough. And a lot of times you'll see these loose figures for $10 and they're in pretty poor condition. This one was only $5 and it's almost brand new. There's just a couple tiny little marks on it here and there. But again, it's probably in like 7.5 out of 10 condition. Dashing Cody Rhodes, this one is definitely going to go up in the studio because it is super sweet. All right, that's going to wrap up this mini little haul that we got here. Like I said, if you want to stay up to date with when we pick up these figures, follow us on our social media. You can follow us on X at The Burnt Hammer. You can follow us on everything else at The Burning Hammer. We show off all of our newest pickups on our social media, so be sure to follow us on there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know which pickup was your favorite. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.